Alright, fucking roll it. Roll the intro.
Hey, howdy, it's the Disco Spider, along with...
Yo boy, Jesus himself, Classic Cam Cam.
I finally got him
Yeah.
in one of my videos.
Wow!
Whoa.
Whoa.
But today, we're going to be talking about probably the greatest film ever made,
The
Incredibles 2.
greatest superhero movie of all time.
This film, like God.
I loved the first Incredibles, so this automatically 10 out of 10.
See, I saw it once as a kid, and holy fuck, greatest film ever made.
I think I saw like half of it.
Dude, it's so amazing because I watched it when I was a kid. Any film that I saw as a kid, it's like, fuck.
It's
great.
Pixar too. It's Pixar. It's Pixar. It's
Pixar.
Pixar.
It's Disney. You know what?
It's Disney Pixar.
Really good film.
It's Disney Pixar. Of course it's gonna be
Pixar.
great.
Pixar makes the greatest films. You know, they're all the same, but that's because they're all great.
I know, they're all great. Like, who doesn't want more greatness? Like,
Yeah, I know.
doesn't matter if it's the same plot. It's
Over and over
greatness.
again, it works.
I know, it's greatness over and over again. That's what we love.
Okay, let's talk about the pros about the film. First off, Elastigirl.
Oh my god. She is like, I swear to God, she's like twice as thick from the original.
I think she's thick times two. Like, they made her even
Yeah.
thicker.
I know, like, there were a lot of shots on her ass.
I gotta
like, more.
Say, one thing that I didn't like about the original was that there wasn't enough thickness in Mrs. Incredible. But they didn't really explore that. In this one, they really
I know,
explored it,
like,
and I love that.
oh my god, like, in the first Incredibles, there's only that one scene of her looking in the mirror, but this, like, if you want to fap in the theater, just like,
Did.
I think everybody did.
Okay, and then also, a problem I had with the film was that, Frozone, why did they need to include a black person? I don't understand that. I don't get it. So yeah, but overall, film, 10
I
out of
think,
10, right?
yeah, 10 out of 10.
Like, it's my favorite film ever, and I haven't even seen the film. that was a goof. We goofed ya.
Yeah, want to hear our real opinions on The Incredibles 2? It sucked. Just kidding. We can't.
They like this film. They probably,
No, we can't say it sucked because then we're gonna get dislikes.
Oh shit! And all the people who love the first ones will be like, "Hey, no, you can't do this to my childhood."
Oh god. But yeah, let's talk about Incredibles 2.
I didn't like this film that much.
It was
Saw it
okay.
twice, and
It was the stories were like so. It was like such a clusterfuck because like they brought things up and like they didn't finish them.
yeah. And also, the plots are like very similar to one.
I know, like it pretty much opened the same and it ended the same.
Yeah.
Like what? Like was this for nostalgia? Like what is this?
It was
And
like Finding Dory, except at least Finding Dory, like, I don't know. I like Finding Dory a little bit more, or a lot more than that.
I like Incredibles 2 better. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're kind of tied for me. I don't know, but
But before we get into the negatives, let's talk about the things we liked about it.
Elastigirl, duh.
Okay. No,
Like,
the
that would-
animation is really good. I like.
I
the
know,
animation.
especially on her ass.
Stop.
Okay, like the lighting was really good. The action sequences looked really cool.
I love the Mrs. Incredible motorcycle scene where she's like on the train and stuff. That looked.
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
I like that.
I like. I know you said you didn't like the humor. I like most of. I didn't like Dash. I thought he was kind of annoying.
The second time I watched the film, the humor was better, a little better.
Yeah, I like Jack. Jack was great.
Jack, I like Jack, even though a lot of his jokes were just, oh, look at me, I'm a baby, but
I like when he turned into what's her name, Edna.
yeah,
Is that her name?
funny.
Yeah, I know.
I liked. Okay, my favorite characters in the film is Edna Mode and Frozone, only because they're just enjoyable characters and they weren't like horribly written.
Edna was barely in it though. Like, did she even do anything? Was she just like fan service?
Well,
She was fan service. She barely did anything.
she made the suit for Jack, which kinda.
I don't know. That's like not much.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was cool seeing her.
Frozone was in a lot more of this movie because they were like,
Yeah,
hey, we
which,
got.
it was great because he was like my favorite character. I really like Frozone. Even though he's black, my favorite.
They need more black people. Or it was probably because Samuel L. Jackson. They were like, "Hey, he's popular. He's more popular now. Let's put him in more of the movie."
I think it's also because that one scene in the first one was just like,
"Honey, where is my super suit?"
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't include more of the wife.
Yeah, there was just that one scene where like, "You better be back ASAP."
Yeah, I thought there was gonna be at least like maybe one more something because just everyone fucking loves.
I know. I feel like a lot of the movie was kind of like in the trailers, which kind of sucked. A lot of the jokes, at least.
Yeah, a lot of the jokes. I think the first half of the film is just the trailer.
I know.
The second half was like barely seen, like all the Screenslaver stuff.
Oh, by the way, Screenslaver fucking sucks.
Okay, but we'll get to that one.
Oh, okay.
Good Things is there.
Oh, Good Things. But I don't know. It was just fun, I guess.
I wouldn't say it's fun. I think like only the animation, a few of the characters. Like, God, I can't think. Oh, I know the score. The score was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they got the same guy back, and like First Incredibles has one of like the greatest scores in any film I've seen. I love Kronos Unveiled. That's that's a fucking amazing score.
But ready to talk about the cons?
Yeah, we are. Now let's move on to the negatives.
Everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah, they brought back they brought back Undermine. Wait. Are we gonna talk about spoilers or?
Oh yeah, spoiler discussion. I'll put like spoiler discussion.
Okay, but Underminer, he appears at the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah.
He disappears, right? But like, where does he go?
He's never mentioned after that, and he escaped. Like he isn't caught or anything. But
I know, like when The Incredibles ended, they're like, oh, "What's gonna happen? What's the Underminer gonna do?" And it's like, he got away. They didn't even stop him.
No, he's got away.
Wow, I think he should have just been the main villain for The Incredibles 2. We didn't need Screenslaver.
Or at least you have him captured or something.
I know.
Sure. Because like he would have been a very weak villain if he was the main one, but like.
True. But yeah, Screenslaver.
Okay, Screenslaver was fun. Well, the idea was cool, but the execution was fun.
They try to give everybody seizures.
that was classic.
I know.
Dude, Elastigirl gave me a seizure.
Wow.
But okay, the first time I saw the girl, the sister, isn't she? Fucking, it turns out she is.
I know.
Like the moment I saw her, I'm like, oh.
It was really predictable.
Something about her, and then the fact that she like every time there's a shot of them together, she's always like a little farther away. It's like she's fucking the villain, and yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, the moment we found out she's the villain, I just lost interest in the film. I'm like, oh, shit.
I know, and
I'm excited for Screenslaver because she looked really like a really cool villain in the trailers, like the one scene we saw of her.
Yeah, but characters? Thoughts on characters?
They're all one-dimensional characters.
Yeah, they didn't really do much.
They just took the characters from the original and just took out any likability in any of them. Like, Bob is just a typical dad that he's like Michael Keaton in the movie Mr. Mom. I don't know if you've seen that film, but it's just like his subplot is just a copy of that. And
didn't you call that it was a copy of Mr. Mom before the movie came out?
Yeah, I said that, and it really just is. It's just a guy who's like this dad who has to stay at home, and he needs to raise a family, or is like the kids, and he's like not good at it all because he's a guy. But then he starts to learn, becomes a mom, but a Mr. Mom, and that's pretty much just Incredibles 2, his whole subplot.
Yeah, but they brought a lot of things, like they started a lot of things that they didn't really follow through on. Like, okay, like Mr. Incredible, it seemed like he was jealous of Elastigirl, and that led to like nowhere, so it just came off of him being an asshole.
He's a pretty bad character in this.
Yeah.
The idea is cool if they like actually did something with it, which they didn't. They just dropped it for some reason. Like that one scene where he got mad at her for saving.
I know.
Train, but like tried to be like happy and stuff. Like that made him come across as an asshole. But if they did something with that,
Yeah, I know.
like that would have made sense. But
Ooh.
yeah, just did totally nothing.
And Bart, or not Bart.
Pretty much.
Crap. I was thinking of the Simpsons.
Yeah.
I for some reason I always call Dash Bart. For some okay.
He's pretty much just Bart in this, except it's not fun. Like he's just a mischievous guy who does.
All he does is like try to get help with math.
Yeah. Okay. The one thing that I kind of like Dash's in was when like the Tony Rajender plot with Violet, and he's like the annoying brother just being an idiot and stuff just to embarrass her. I thought that was
he did that in the original too though with
he did. Yeah. She would be if we were having Tony Lopes.
Oh, class.
I like him. He's just a stereotypical mischievous guy. In the original, in the first one, like he actually kind of had a character where he wanted like improve, like he wanted to show his powers because he has these powers that he can't use.
Okay, another problem I have with the Incredibles 2 is they were so used to using their powers, and this takes place like right after the original. And in the original, they were struggling using their powers, but in this, they were like, "Oh, it's so easy using our powers."
But then again, the ending of the first Incredibles, they all got used to their powers.
Really? Because like, wasn't it near the end when Violet was trying to save them on the plane, and she couldn't use?
That was the middle. Remember at the
really?
end where, the jet, like the whole syndrome comes back. To
yeah.
The jet, and then the jet falls on the house, but then she uses the force field to save them.
Oh wait, but were they like totally used to using their powers though?
I don't know. There's also the one scene when the whole family meets a syndrome, where they are fighting together.
Oh right. Okay, true.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. But do you think?
Yeah. Violet's subplot was very generic as well.
It was. It barely even focused on her.
It was just the most easiest thing to have because they needed a plot for Violet because she has nothing to do in this film, so they just thought of the most easiest thing. It was like, oh, a teenager, boy trouble, dodoy, and it also worked very generically with Bob's subplot, which is also very stale and just uninteresting.
Yeah.
The way they did this. So yeah, that's my thing. I guess we'll talk about the main plot with Elastigirl, which is pretty much the same thing as the first one, where we had a character being brought by this organization to help heroes come back to the light. It's the same thing.
I know, because Mr. Incredible joined an organization in the original, and Elastigirl joined an organization.
Except with this one, the new one, Elastigirl goes through no arcs in this. She's just the same character. At least with Bob, in the first one, he wanted to he had a character arc in the first one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do you think they should have aged the characters?
I think the movie would have been a lot better if they aged characters, because they didn't really know what to do.
I think they should have started off with them regular age at the beginning when they were fighting the Underminer, and then cut to however many years later.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, because the plot it was just a repeat of. It's really very nostalgia bait. Remember the original? We do. It's get it. Make something new. Look, my main problem with the film is that the original was a pet project by Brad Bird. This is an idea that he had, and now the second one is just a studio factor. We need to make this for money.
He's trying to keep his career alive, basically.
Yeah.
Same thing with what's the name of the Finding Nemo director?
Oh, Andrew Stanton.
Yeah, he kind of had to do the same thing too with Finding Dory.
Yeah.
But Incredibles 3, will it happen?
Oh God. I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people want it though, but
God. Only because
nostalgia.
The first one, which I get, because Incredibles is one of my favorite films.
It is.
Love the film.
It's tied with Toy Story for me for favorite Pixar film.
I think this is my favorite Pixar film. I always go back and forth with that Toy Story, Finding Nemo,
yeah.
But Incredibles is one that I watch every month.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying I love the original and this one sucked because I grew up with it. It's just because the first one is like an actual well-made story.
This one was.
I fucking love the dialogue in the first one. And here, like, the dialogue wasn't awful. It just there's a lot of like parts, like in the trailer, in my video for it, there's some lines where I'm like, oh, that's kind of iffy, because it's just very in your face. Like, this is our message. This is it. Oh, here's something we can talk about. This is in the film. There's one of the themes is like woman empowerment, and there's like people that say like, oh wow, this movie sucks because of that. But honestly, I think it works better here because it's kind of subtle. It's not like Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer or the Lego Movie 2 trailer where it's in your face, blatant, like here's like, get it?
Okay.
It's more like if you really think about it, it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely woman empowerment. But at least it's subtle.
Are a lot of people like writing articles about it?
Yeah, and like,
wow.
I took it more as just like, instead of being like woman empowerment, more like superhero empowerment, like something like that.
Did this movie even like have any really big themes?
And all the themes were just repeats of the first one, like the whole family troubles where they had to like unite as a family.
That's why I hated that ending so much. It was the same as the original.
That damn first one.
I know.
They just repeated it. And then not like at least Finding Dory had to like it was sweet and like it was the same, but at least it was good. The execution was at least good, so I didn't really complain that much that it was the exact same as the first one.
But like Incredibles is a movie. For the longest time, I could be like, yeah, this could use a sequel, and now we get a sequel. Yeah. But it's like this was so badly. It was just kind of nostalgia. But
it was nostalgia, babe. Like, oh, remember when we did this from the first one? Yeah. Get it?
Like, I think this movie could have worked, but it just didn't.
The one reason why everyone thought this was the Pixar film that needed a sequel is because it had so much potential of being a different type of film.
It did.
Like, Finding Nemo, what else can you do with that? But Incredibles, there's so much you can do with that they decided just to remake it. And it's like, no, this is not what we wanted.
But what did you think of like those new heroes? I think that those new heroes they introduced. I think they were just introduced so they could turn against them with the goggles.
Yeah, they were very pointless. They just like all of them seemed like very not creative. Like, I don't know, something about like the only one that I say was creative was the Regurgitator one, just because it was funny. Like all the ones, they just seemed generic villains. Or not villains, like generic heroes. There weren't one that had like personality.
I did kind of like the animation of them like using their powers, but that's it.
They were they're not like horrible, but they were just kind of pointless.
Anything else about The Incredibles 2?
Something about the villain that I wanted to talk about, but I forget. I know. There's this her whole thing about like her whole motivation was so fucking dumb. The fact that she wants superheroes to be illegal, so she turns them legal, so they can be illegal again, even though they were legal. That makes no goddamn sense.
I know.
So like if she just didn't do anything, they would have still been illegal, and you would have had what you wanted. Like, dumb. And also another thing is that the motivation was the exact same as Syndrome's, where he just wanted to get rid of superheroes.
Yeah, because Syndrome was like trying to save people for them to get people to think he was a hero.
Yeah, and he hated heroes because of something that in his childhood.
Yeah.
And he just wants to get rid of them. But at least with Syndrome, his was
that also like. The Incredibles, it started off, they showed Syndrome as a kid, and that led to his whole story as a villain, and this barely even had, like, a good lead-up, you know?
You're like, oh, here's a backstory that's totally not a random backstory that's going to be part of the plot.
No.
That's another thing, like, when they introduced the backstory, I'm like, oh, she's definitely the villain, and this is her motivation. Get it. And also another thing is it's just a very generic film. You can kind of say the same for the first one, where you had this guy who wants to relive his glory days, but like it's more, the execution was a lot better, and then here it's dumb. I don't know, but I just didn't like this film.
Where would you rank this for like Pixar sequels?
Pixar sequels?
Yeah.
I think this is my second. I mean, second least favorite Pixar sequel.
For me, my favorite Toy Story 2, then Toy Story 3, then Incredibles 2.
Ooh.
No. Then Cars 3, then Incredibles 2.
Finding Dory.
Crap. You know what? Fuck it. Like
Universe.
Finding Dory and Incredibles 2 are tied, and then Monsters University, then Cars 2.
You like Cars 3 more than them?
I don't know. Who knows?
If I took, there's 7 of them, right?
I don't know.
So, I'd say Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Monsters University, Cars 3. No, Finding Dory.
Wow.
Monsters University, Cars 3.
Well, really? You like Monsters University more than Cars 3 and everything else?
Yeah, I did. I liked Monsters University isn't a great film, but it is. I liked Mike Wazowski a lot.
I did.
His old drive to be the best.
A lot of people were really like disappointed in it.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's Animal House. It's a kid version of Animal House, but like, I don't know. I didn't think it was that awful. That was better than Cars 3 and Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there's more to say about it.
Incredibles 2?
This is a film that when it comes out on Blu-ray, I feel like I want to make like a whole 20-minute video just ranting on it, like a whole review, like an actual review.
Yeah.
So I can to actually take time and be like, here's my actual points, and let me think about them instead of just a random discussion where I'm just on the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. So
okay, wait let's out of 10.
Oh, out of 10.
One one being the worst. What would you?
Oh shit.
What would you give it?
That's really hard. I don't know.
Our opinions of this might change. Maybe
it will.
If you give it a 7, you might think it's an 8 later. Or
it's 6. Not that high. Oh.
Yeah. So just now. What would you give it out of 10?
I don't know.
For the original, I'd give the original 10.
Original? Yeah, I would give it
I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for me. I think it's a fucking perfect film. Almost nearly perfect, but it's worthy of 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I think it's 10 out of 10.
I mean, the animation in the...
Well, look, that's...
Back in the day, it was great.
Yeah, you can't really complain for back in the day. Because, in the future, when we have probably even better animation...
Oh, yeah, Incredibles 2 is probably going to look like that.
Yeah, it will. But, out of 10, Incredibles 2...
Yeah.
I'm feeling like 5 or 6.
So I'd give it a 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6. As of now, maybe I'll put it higher in the future. Maybe I'll put it lower. I don't know.
I know when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I'm gonna get it too.
I'm probably not gonna buy. I'm just gonna illegally.
Ooh. Yeah, you better. They're gonna hunt you down now.
Shit, not the FBI. But yeah. Or maybe I might not. Maybe I'll be too lazy.
I think I enjoyed this movie enough to get it on Blu-ray, so I'll get it.
I mean, okay. I guess another positive.
Wow.
On the video is that it's not like a boring film. I was entertained.
Yeah, I thought it was. You said it was. You didn't think it was a fun movie, really, but I thought it was fun.
I thought the first half was fun, and then right when we found out who the villain is, that's when it lost it to me. Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
And the whole ending was so fucking...
Oh my...
Was so... I didn't even... It was...
I completely rushed. Yeah, the whole Violet thingy felt like... It was brought up at the beginning and then just kind of...
Everything was just dropped. Here's our subplot. Jack has powers. Everything's good. And, yeah, it's just... Everything was wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
It felt more like a first draft of a film than, an actual film.
I mean, it's the Pixar sequel. It should have been just, cleaned up.
Yeah, but then again, they're whatever. People are, they didn't even need to try. They could have made a 90-minute film of just the characters eating shawarmas, and people would have ate this shit up. Because it's Incredibles 2. And, even I, fucking love The Incredibles, and I was really excited for this film, so I would have saw it regardless. So they didn't even need to put any effort with this film. And that's what I think about Pixar.
Do you think do you think Unincredibles 2 should have been made, or just leave it off, like, after?
Well, I mean, right now, I wish it wasn't made. But back before I saw it, I was like, yeah, as long as, I really wanted them to age them up.
Same.
Different. And even if, like, they weren't going to age them up, at least do something that isn't just a fucking copy.
It would look cool just to see, like, where everybody is in, like, 20 years later.
Just the first one was such a unique film. Even if the plot wasn't the most unique, the execution made it so much different.
And the characters were actually, like, likable.
They were, like, they weren't just a generic family like Family Guy or Simpsons. They actually had depth to every single one, except for maybe Violet.
I think people obviously, like, love the characters in this one because of the original, you know?
Yeah.
But in this one, like, actually, they were generic.
I mean, with this one, they feel different to me. Like, every one of the characters felt like a one-dimensional version of themselves.
Yeah, really.
I don't know.
But do you think they should do anything else with Incredibles, or just, like, leave it alone?
Maybe they could have done, like, a TV series.
That would be interesting.
Like, it has, like, a story arc and stuff, not just, like, a random...
Well, good luck, because TV doesn't give a shit about story arcs. Well, maybe Netflix, I don't know. Maybe a Netflix Incredible series.
Well, they're having, Disney's having their own streaming service, and
that's gonna flop.
And Monsters, Inc. is having a TV series, so maybe an Incredibles show.
In 2D? I think 2D would, if they could make it look, like, stylish.
Would be looking great.
Yeah.
And since, like, there's superheroes now, and there's gonna be super villains and all that stuff, it'll be really cool.
They could do, like, a lot more super villains for a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another... I know we're just random. It's like this feels like we're ending the video, but we're not. Another
I know.
Film is that it just, again, it's the same plot as the first one, where the whole themes of superheroes being illegal is just repeated. Like, oh, we have to get...
Didn't you already say that?
Did I?
I think you did.
The movie just... it's not good. This movie has like a 96% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Well, Rotten Tomatoes is really...
Yeah, I don't know. Every person that I've, like, talked to about this film, like, oh yeah, I really liked it, which, I mean, I'm not saying they're not supposed to just because I don't like it, but it just feels like people are gonna like this regardless because it's Incredibles 2, because they love the first one so goddamn much.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I hate Pixar, because it's like Coco again. It's like, oh, it's Pixar, so it's an amazing film, when it's just mediocre at best.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, a lot of people liked Coco.
A lot of people fucking love Coco, and I still don't understand that.
I
still at a 5 out of 10.
I honestly give it lower than that. I did not like it.
I've only seen it once, and I don't know.
I saw it twice. It didn't feel original.
It's the most unoriginal film. That and Good Dinosaur are the most unoriginal Pixar films.
Yeah, maybe.
People complain like, oh, Cars 3 is so generic. It's like, but you give Coco a 9 out of 10, even though it's way more generic, and it's by the people that already made this type of film 10 times. Like, what the heck?
People love it because it was like, first off, the song "Remember Me," and probably because of, like, the ending.
Oh yeah, I didn't cry at the ending.
Me neither, because I'm not a pussy. Just kidding.
But I cried during the ending of Toy Story 3, so I am a pussy.
Well, that was more sad, so... That's like understandable, but Coco, I don't know. Yeah. If you cried during Coco, you're still a great person, hopefully.
Mexican, you're This movie made me hate Mexicans. I'm going to America, and I'm rooting for Donald Trump.
Yeah, all right. We should end this video because this isn't a Coco. This isn't a Coco review.
This is just a Pixar rant.
Yeah.
I would do my outro.
All right. End it.
No. I need to tell everyone.
Say nigger.
Hey, say it. For everyone out there that is still listening to this video, we were thinking about making a podcast like this-ish. So if you want more of us, then
They don't.
Well, you know what? I don't care what you guys think. We're
gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, this is a pilot episode.
Yeah, why do you ask them? Like, if they say no, we're gonna do it anyways.
Shh. I'm gonna end this video
with an.
I'm gonna end this video with an
and bye.
Shut up. Watch Loader Squad. Bye, everyone.